everything you have done for us. Realizing without you, we couldn't have accomplished anything. I've been remiss not to thank you for Jesus and everything possible. Father, I pray for this journey, wisdom, knowledge, understanding, to do the benefit of this parish to the best of our ability. I pray for each viewer here, Father, and their families as well. I pray for everyone that's talking about with voice. Father, I pray for our country, our state, our parish, Father. I pray for the less fortunate. I pray for first responders, Father. I pray for our president, our governor, all elected officials, and religious leaders as well, Father. Let's look at that mercy. Now pray, Father, for unity and continuity, Father, and bring us on one accord to do this business, Father. And everything is said and done here, to be mindful. Give you all the honor, praise, and glory. And His name that I pray. Amen.
Amen. Let's face the flag. Pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay. We call roll, Ms. Harris.
Mr. Dexter Armstead,
Present.
Mrs. Kristen Chastain, Mr. Michael Cheatham,
Here.
Mr. Kyle Flanagan,
Here.
Mr. Jason McCray, Mr. Keith Mills is absent, Mr. Richard Olivo,
Here.
Dr. Chrissy O'Quinn, here, President Lewis Kent.
Here. Well, before us back. Need a motion to approve the agenda, please, with one addition.
Second.
The addition would be approved payout for annual leave carryover from 2024 in excess of 40 hours as of June 1st. Motion to approve the agenda with the addition.
So moved.
Moved by Mr. Flanagan.
Second.
Moved by Mr. Armstead. Any discussion? Question from the audience? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
And opposed? Motion carried. First thing on the agenda, old business, adopted minutes from the May 5th, 2025 regular meeting. Have everybody read it?
So moved.
Moved by Dr. O'Quinn.
Second.
Second by Coach Cheatham. Any discussion? Question from the audience? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
And opposed? Motion carried. New business. Request one-day liquor permit for annual Guardian Day Foundation event to be held on August 23rd, 2025 at 775 Highway 409. Mr. Dwayne Willer,
Jerry Daniels will speak on behalf of the Guardian Day Foundation.
go ahead, please. State your name, please.
Hey, sir, Jared Daniel on behalf of the Guardian Day Foundation. Thank you guys for having us once again. This is our 4th annual year to request this. And as you know, our foundation, nonprofit organization, raising funds for first responders, and your parish has been part of that and hosting this every year. So come requesting our annual permit. Any questions for us?
We do it every year, so motion to the effect, please.
So moved.
Moved by Mr. McCray,
Second.
second by Mr. Armstead. Any discussion? Question from the audience? And all in favor?
Aye.
And opposed? Motion carried. Thank you all. Yes, sir. Okay. Discuss, take action, if necessary, on repairs to Lemon B Road. Chief Meadow, start of volunteer fire department.
Thank you, Mr. President. Matt Ard, Fire Chief from Slaughter. I come to you tonight with concern, not only for the safety of our equipment, but the safety of our people and your constituents. Those roads right now are in pretty deplorable shape. I wrote a letter to Ms. Chastain, in reference to this, just to give you a little quick, brief rundown of a fire truck. Just a normal fire truck that you see running up and down the road every day weighs about 26,000 pounds. It's got a lot of equipment, it's carrying manpower to go out and suppress fires and handle emergencies around the parish. We've got other law enforcement, and we also have some medical personnel here that I think they would echo my sentiments that when we try to travel down these roads, it's a little sketchy. Some of those roads, especially Lemon B, as soon as you turn off 412, there's ditches that are about this deep,
I know.
and they're dropping off sheer on the sides. With that much weight on that, any kind of wiggle left or right. If it caves in, that fire truck rolls over, tow the fire truck out, you're looking at somewhere in the neighborhood of about $750,000 of taxpayers' money that has to replace that. Not to mention, you're gonna tie that road up and you're not gonna be able to get through responders, the emergency's not gonna be able to be handled. You know, the water situation we have down there, we have to shuttle water. These tankers that we're dealing with, they can weigh up to close to 60,000 pounds. I'm just asking that we look into the possibility of getting these roads straightened out. Even going down, even past just that, you know, you got the water, and I realize after the flood and all that stuff, the drainage and everything has been a problem, not only in my district, but other districts around the parish. Is to, just to look into trying to get these roads fixed up in better shape. And like I said, I just going down the road, the washouts that are there, I crack a tank, bust a spring. Again, now you're talking about major repairs. There's monies that we don't have that, you know, and it's because of the roads. So, if you guys have any questions for me, I'll be more than happy to field those questions.
I'm in total agreement with that road limit. I drive a school bus down there.
Yes.
It's very, very, very chaotic and very dangerous, you know.
Yeah.
Cause there ain't much about it in the bus.
Correct.
I know.
So if I meet
A car,
another vehicle coming, I'm not gonna be able to pass, nor are they. They're gonna have to back up, or I'm gonna have to back up and back that fire truck up, sometimes maybe even a quarter mile before I get to a driveway. It's gonna delay responses, it's gonna delay the coverage that we have. And like I said, it's a safety concern, not only for my equipment, my manpower, but also the people. And that's the most important, is our people. And, you know, they have to travel up and down it every day, and I'm sure that y'all get complaints and talk, you know, people come and talk to you about those roads. Those are just the ones in my district. I got Lemon B and Thompson Road. Those are the two that I'm in most concerned. Hockaday's actually in really good shape, but it doesn't receive the traffic that Lemon B does. And right now, my only way to access those houses is from off of 412, because EBR has shut the bridge down on Lemon. So that's the only way that I have to get to those people down that road. So if y'all could address that, it would be greatly appreciated.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I just wanted to echo what the chief said. We at Acadian Ambulance, if we run across a situation where the road is impassable, we can't respond. We'll have to rely on the fire department or the general public or the parish to try to get us access to the patient, or have somebody bring the patient to us. That would be a delayed emergency response to any medical emergency down that road. You know, our Acadian's rules is that if there's a road issue, we can't travel down it. Because if we get an ambulance down there and we get it stuck, guess what? We can't transport the patient to the hospital. We're out, that unit is out of service at that point if we get into a situation that, where the road disables our unit or we get stuck. So, our only thing that we can do is rely on the fire department or somebody that has a high water vehicle or a four-wheel drive. We've often used that scenario before. We've called the fire department for a four-wheel drive vehicle, especially on some of these rural residences that have substandard driveways that we can't get through. So
Yes, sir. I'm
I just wanted to echo his sentiments there.
Thank you, sir. I know Mr. Hill, come to the mic, please.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Yes, sir. We try to address all the concerns, especially prioritize.
And it's not a shot at
No.
the parish at all.
Okay.
promise
I
you
will
that.
say that anytime there has been an issue, I have talked to
We
Frosty.
take care of it.
And within either that day, at the most, the next day. But I feel like we're just putting a Band-Aid on the problem. We're just throwing money and not fixing it. I think we need to have some engineers come out there and figure out how to fix the road.
But during the pandemic, we addressed that, remember? FEMA fixed that road quite a
They-
bit, but it washed away.
What they did is they brought it up to 2016 standards. They did not,
Didn't stay.
they did not fix the road like it
Okay.
should be.
Yeah. Go ahead, Mr. Hill.
Derek, Director DPW, and I do understand Mr. Metton
Any other question, Mrs. Hill? But believe me, we try to prioritize roads, we try to keep them open and travel, believe me. When someone calls for a complaint, you address the problem the next day, sometimes the same day, yeah.
I just thought there's only so much they can do with how the road is, you know,
Right.
until, you know, he's been great about getting it fixed. He gets somebody out there very quick. Like I say, when it rains for 3 or 4 days, it's bad.
Don't I know?
You can't go down the road.
Mhm.
But thank you, Frosty, for.
I drive a school bus down, it's it's dangerous, it's treacherous. You can't pass 2 vehicles at one time, it's impossible, yeah. I thank you, Hill.
Thank y'all.
Yes, sir. Next on the agenda, approve liquor license for Sullivan Grocery, 9201 Highway 67.
So moved.
Moved by Dr. Quinn,
Second.
second by Mr. Oliver. Any discussion? Question from the audience? Not all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Okay, approve advertisement to fill vacancy on Capital Area Human Service Board with 2 vacancies, Ms. Harris,
Yes, sir, there's 2 vacancies, and they will need 4 nominations.
4 nominees. Any motion to approve advertisement, please?
Move to accept the advertisement.
Moved by Mr. Umstead,
Second.
second by Mr. McCray. Any discussion? Question from the audience? Not all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Okay, I'm going to take care of the addition right now while we're at it. Okay, committees and reports. The approved payouts for annual leave carryover from 2024 in excess of 40 hours. The Finance Committee met, right, Mr. Flanagan?
Yes, sir, we did. And the recommendation, because if we ask these people to take off, it would severely handicap different departments. So the conclusion was made that we recommend that we pay them out. And with the understanding that this doesn't happen again, this is a kind of exception that we've gotten up to this end of
point,
time moving
yeah.
forward. We need to make sure we monitor that a little bit more closely in-house. But our recommendation is to go ahead and pay that extra time out to the employees.
How many employees do we have to have it? Except for 40 hours?
Maybe 5 on the list, but
5 or 6.
5 or 6?
But I will look to make sure that's it, that
Good.
it's only those. Anyone else will not be any more time than those.
Yeah, because we don't want to omit it, and want to go ahead and take care
I
of
just
it.
want to make sure. yeah.
6, okay.
And we had, I'd like to say that I'd understood through Ms. O'Quinn that Frosty, you had promised him
Yeah.
that he would get his money, so,
Yeah.
so that's why I went along with that. He's been made a
Okay.
promise, so we need to live up to a promise.
We do, and we hope it don't happen
Okay.
again, man.
And we shouldn't be revisiting this next year.
No.
Should be a done deal. Shouldn't go through this no more.
Okay.
No, we're gonna follow the procedure and we're not gonna go through it.
No, no one can carry over that much time, no.
And most of the money is out of,
Our road and bridge.
Road
road and bridge.
Okay.
So it's not affecting our general.
Okay, motion to the effect, please.
Move to accept.
Move by Mr. Armstead,
Second.
by Mr. Flanagan. Any more discussion? Question from the audience? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Got that out the way. Committee and staff report. Executive committee, I have one thing. We had an accident with one of our trucks. No one got hurt. We followed procedure and protocol, and everything was taken care of. But because things do happen, but the first priority is human safety. The first thing is check on the driver, then go and follow procedure. Call Ms. Harris, report to Ms. Harris, and to myself, or to the jury in the district. Because after the fact, we heard about it. Everything was over and done with for her about it, and Ms. Harris heard about it. And we need to go and follow procedure and protocol. She's the acting parish manager. She should have been the first one to know.
It wasn't followed?
No. In
And what,
fact, I heard about it about maybe 2 or 3 hours after the fact.
and what department's this in? Through the DPW?
TBW, yeah, and one of our dump trucks.
Okay.
Mr. Bueller was called, and some more people was called before he called the parish manager. But she should have been called first, because she running the operation of the parish. Then the supervisor, and you go from there. Say it again?
Supervisor's first call.
Yeah, and he make the other call,
Supervisor calls paramedic.
paramedic. So let's follow procedure, okay? That's all I have. Next, Personnel Committee, that's Chris O'Quinn, okay. Finance Committee, Mr. Kyle Flanagan.
I've approved monthly invoices.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Question from the audience? And all in favor?
Aye.
And opposed? Motion carried. Public Works and Equipment, Mr. Jason McCray.
On how the Frosty, you got any? You have any update on the past truck?
No, sir, not at the moment. I'll find out tomorrow.
Okay.
Well, how close we gonna get to, just trying to leave it over there surplus or to do something, because it's done been there way longer than it's ever worked on
It's
the
supposed to
road.
be a new truck, and we have all these problems with it.
I mean, we don't need that, we need something else.
That's all I have, Mr. President.
Okay, Mr. McCray. Next, Building and Property, Mr. Dexter Armstead.
I don't have anything, Mr. President.
Just one thing I would ask you a question. I said they put the lights up in all our buildings.
Oh, yeah, I
You
forget.
know, comment on that, please?
Yes,
And everyone is well pleased with the lighting so far.
yes, I'm sorry, but we go through that. So, but yes, they put lights here and at the clerk of court office. And one day I was over here and Ms. Yamisha called Mr. David Dart, and they were very pleased with it. I hadn't had a chance to get over there to look at it, but from what he was telling me, you know, verbally on the phone, that he was pleased with what they've done. Had some other stuff that had come back and touch up, but he didn't. He did make the comment that he didn't realize how dark it was over there until they put those LEDs up there. so yes. But anyways, I'm glad you brought that up. But anyway, Mr. President, that's all we have. They are, like I say, very pleased with the light and so forth. But he, like you say, do have some stuff. They say they had to come back, but so far everything is good.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. And that's correct, too. We want to put that out there. What any cost to the parish?
cost to the
Yep.
parish.
So
It's
we
done
have to
by
pay
grant.
anything. It's just,
It's done by a grant.
yeah, come out of a grant. We didn't have to pay
All
anything.
our buildings. All of
That's
them.
it. Thank you, Ms. Harris, for reminding me about that.
Thank you, Mr. Armstead.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. President.
Okay. Administrative matters, Ms. Harris.
I just have that the police jury office will be closed on the 26th for Memorial Day. And that's it. I think Mr. Hill has something. It's a recommendation for.
Mr. Hill.
And while he's coming up, the treasurer's report, I do have reconciliation for the month of March and April, and our finance chairman will be in this week on Wednesday or Thursday to go over those bank statements, the reconciliation.
Okay, Mr. Harris. Mr. Hill.
I'm here to ask to change Mr. Jason Alexander's status to permanent, fulfill his 90-day probation obligation. Actually, he's a really good worker. Haven't had any problems. He follows orders well. I mean, he's at work on time. He does a really great job. So, I was recommending that he become permanent and be allowed to move to the next.
This step increase.
So moved.
Second.
Any more discussion? Question from the audience. Now in favor?
Aye.
And opposed? Motion carried. Okay, one more.
Also, I'm here about Mr. Bernard Jackson. Mr. Bernard Jackson, he does a really great job. He stepped up and filled the grader operator position. He does a really good job out on the grader. He's still in the learning phase, but he does a really good job. He takes his time. He's developing his craft. So, I haven't had any issues out of him. I mean, he gets up, he goes to work, he does a good job.
That's the one that replaced him.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The only thing I did have on him was, his
So move.
Second. No, you good? Got something else?
Where's Mr. Hill?
Wait,
Yeah.
well, I'm here to ask that he be allowed to have his step increase at step 11 because he is fulfilling the duties and job change
Yeah.
to greater operator.
Okay.
And I'm asking that it be retroactive from the time.
So
And
he's been on there
Yes,
since?
sir.
And what was that date? Did you,
November the 25th.
November 25th?
2024.
Are you finished now?
Still moves the same motion.
Motion retroactive to November. Any more discussion? Question from the audience? All in favor? Any opposed?
Did we make the motion?
I made the
You
motion.
make the
Yeah,
motion.
I made the motion. Who's second?
I did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anything else, Mr. Hill, while we have him up here? Before you forget?
Thank you, I appreciate it.
All right, Mr. Hill. Treasury report has already been given to reconciling bank accounts and everything. Homeland Security, Mr. Darrell Bueller.
Darrell Bueller, Director of Homeland Security. Just one item today, light plants should be in Friday. They got them ordered today, so they should be delivered, so we can pick them up. He's gonna call Friday. If they come in, we're gonna go pick them up and bring them back. We'll stop, fill them up, have them all ready to go. We're gonna test them out. Everything works good. Hey, we'll come up with a procedure and all on it, and about borrowing them, using them, or, hey, whatever we need to do. That'll be for the parish, the towns, and all that can use them. And the only thing we're gonna make mandatory on it, if they break something, they have to fix it and refuel them before we get them back. That's it.
Any question on this, Bueller? Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Bueller, but I do want to give an update, and we may have to have a finance committee. There is Frosty, Rachel, myself, and KJ and myself. We had a meeting this morning with the representative from the governor's office, and we're working on a grant called Safety Roads. And there is a match on this grant, but we're also looking to maybe do some in-kind work or have some help from Ladder Corp with the match. That's going to depend on, well, it's a 20% match, but we're just in the first stages of it. We'll have another meeting on next Thursday. Next Wednesday, we'll have another meeting. So I just kind of wanted you all to be aware of what we're working on, because if everything goes well and we see that we can secure the match, then we'll bring it before the finance committee and the full jury, but the deadline is the end of June. So you may see something on the next agenda or the agenda after that.
That's the one you're not talking about?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Anything else? Planning and zoning meet, the public comment. If no public comment, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. All in favor? Yeah, and the road we talking about? The road we talking about?
DPW has approved that just
See, that's the thing I was asking. See, that's what I want to know too. I don't think.
You hadn't followed
Because I think.
like does that, that's all they do.
And see, that's what I said when I first got it. That, the grade, and grass, and said, but unless you have any.